Congrats, Sledgehammer. Vanguard is officially a dead game, considering that no one is watching it on YouTube or Twitch, and also considering the fact that it is the most recent Call of Duty game, makes this all a little bit embarrassing, because nobody gives a flying shit about Call of Duty Vanguard, and I don't blame anybody. Honestly, I hadn't played Call of Duty Vanguard for about a month until, like, my most recent video, which you should all go check out, but honestly, it's just not a good game. It sucks. It's very boring. The developer's leaving for about 3 weeks or something like that at the end of the year, at the most important time of the year. Basically, it was like a big fuck you to the player. And honestly, don't care. Like, it's not something I'm sitting there going, man, I really regret not playing it. Like, I really regret not putting more effort into it when the developer's not putting the same amount of effort into the game that I was expecting. So, as someone who really supported Sledgehammer in kind of the early on, like, I really, really liked Sledgehammer, and I was actually excited for their newest game. This is actually disappointing to me, because I don't want to call it a dead game, because obviously, like, there are people playing it, but it feels like more often than not, I'm getting into lobbies with people that I've already played with several times over. Like, I'm not getting a new batch of players like I thought I would, which basically says to me, as a player, that there's not enough people playing the game. Also, I'm very sorry if I sound like shit. I have been sick for the last few days. I feel like dog crap, so after I record this video, I'm going to bed. Anyway, besides the point, it just doesn't feel like there's enough effort in the game, and I guess it seems like to me, as someone who has kind of followed the game a little bit throughout its development, that it feels like that the game failed so hard, and they had such a rough development, like, not development, but kind of post-launch, that after all the critiques that they got from, you know, Vanguard in December, and like all the stuff in January that was coming out, and then eventually in February they finally did stuff with the game, it kind of feels like they took that feedback and said, let's just do it for Modern Warfare 2 2022. Because at this point, you're in April, and it still seems like some of the core problems in the game still exist. Spawns being a big one. The latency is still pretty bad, I've noticed from here and there. I also noticed some weapon balancing is still a little rough. Namely the spawns. I was so pissed off playing against a game with the spawns. Plus, some of the game modes don't hit that well. The maps are not as good as I originally thought they were. I mean, this game is rough. Minus also the zombies mode is fucking atrocious. Whoever thought this was a good zombies mode needs to be fired and, like, blacklisted from the gaming world. It is so bad. You can't justify it. It's a great arcade shooter. Like, if you're playing the new zombies as, like, more of an arcade style, yeah, it's fun. I can level up guns pretty quickly. I'm okay with that. But it's not a kind of good way to play the typical zombies mode. Like, I was always a big fan of the wave-based game mode, but this is very, like, not even wave-based, kind of objective-based game modes, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all as to why this is even in the game. And me personally, as someone who hasn't really been that into zombies, this isn't a way to bring me in. This actually, like, brings me further and further away from the way zombies is played now. And honestly, fuck this zombies. It sucks. And yes, I'm cursing a lot, and it probably hurts my advertiser-friendly brand that I have been going on for, like, I don't know, God knows how long. But it's not, I don't know. They need to improve the zombies. The game also, the fact of the matter is, like, the developers left in December for, 3-4 weeks or something like that, and they didn't come back till maybe some point in January. And at that point, like, the game became such a frustrating nightmare in which you can't even, like, it was a disaster. That game, oh my god, it was a great game at the start, and I will die on a hill and say that Call of Duty Vanguard was a great game at the start and could have been one of the best Call of Duty shooters since, like, Modern Warfare 2. It could have been on that tier, maybe, but the developers squandered that by going on this, like, vacation at the time when their game was at the most important point. Meaning, if you're going on vacation during the holidays, like, look at Battlefield 2042. That game, all the developers went on vacation. Also, I feel like the multiplayer has taken a huge hit in terms of, like, the quality with quantity bullshit. Because if you think about it like this, notice how many DLC packages are out and how little updates there are for the game. Guns are still being released broken, which is fine. I understand that you need to, make money, but it's no point. Like, you're basically against all odds. I mean, yeah, you can earn the guns through either the battle pass if you pay for it, and if you don't, I think they're all free anyway, which is fine. But then I also do have a gut feeling that there is some kind of weird, shady backdoor thing that's going on with the battle packs. Like, if people say you bought, like, some battle pack, right? Let's say you bought the Vanguard is Dead battle pack, hoorah, whatever, and all of a sudden this dude is mowing you down, and you put on the same attachments, but for some reason your gun isn't doing well. Something in me is saying it's pay to win because this guy paid for that gun in order to mow people down. I just think some backdoor stuff is happening. Plus, skill-based matchmaking is still in the game. It just doesn't feel like all the feedback that the players have been providing the developers over the last couple of years was taken into account. As much as I thought it was at the start, it actually felt like to me that Sledgehammer was going to listen. And after playing World War II, as a huge fan of that game, I thought they were going to do it. I really did. I thought they were going to have, make the game better based on the feedback, and they did the same thing last time. They had feedback, they fixed the game was 10 times better, and I thought that was what it was going to be this time, especially after all the feedback throughout COVID and stuff like that. Modern Warfare 2, or not Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2019, and Black Ops Cold War, I thought this was going to be the same thing. Sorry, burp. Anyway, so that's it. Vanguard, dead game, garbage. No feedback from the developers. I just had to get my thoughts out there because I've been noticing more and more that people seem to not care about Vanguard, and I understand. I honestly can't justify this piece of garbage. I could probably, if I had to sit there and make a list of the problems, I probably could. But it's all boils down to the developers' inability to do just about anything. And I've basically said that in multiple videos. The developers' inability to patch things, to listen to the community. It's a disaster, and it's so frustrating, and just, oh my god. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think of Call of Duty Vanguard. What do you guys think of Vanguard? Do you think it's fun? Have you enjoyed it? Do you feel like there's things that the developers could improve on? What would those things actually be? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious what you have to say. And, well, bye.